setup number 2 for the day. This morning had a bunch of birds roosted around me. They hit the ground, they got real quiet, and then I could hear them calling a ways away. I heard a bunch of hens with them. I opted not to call this morning just because I didn't want those birds going with the hens. And now I'm second guessing myself, but better safe than sorry. A lot of season left, so I'm at my second set. Hopefully, the thing out here though is we got a bunch of loggers up behind us. Did a prescribed burn yesterday, so everything's been kind of muddled up and messed up around here. And I can still hear the loggers in the background, but we're gonna do the best I can and see if we can't get a bird to light up on this ridge here. Now work his way back in here. This has usually been a pretty good midday spot. It's about 10:30, quarter to 11 in the morning. Rain's supposed to come in between 1 and 2, so I'm gonna kind of hang out until, the rain gets pretty close. So we're gonna settle in, let things calm down from the climb and the hike in here, and see if we can't get something to respond to it shortly. ways. Thought I put a pretty good shot on him, but he flew. I saw him just go down over this hill, so I'm gonna give him a minute or two. I'm gonna go down and see if I can find this bird. As you can see, I found him. Was not quite what I hoped for. I got a little bit rushed when he came in. He got a little off the side of these decoys. I was self-filming, so I didn't want him to get out of shot. I rushed it. I hit him a little bit low. So I saw him fly. I gave him some time. I texted the landowner, got permission from the neighboring landowner to go in and retrieve him. I got in there, he was still alive. I put another arrow in him. Unfortunately, I cut off part of the beard, but just a little bit, so there's still quite a bit left. But just a beautiful, beautiful, you know, probably a 3-year-old, might be a 2-year-old bird. He's got that inch-long spur, just a little bit over. Nice beard. But, you know, a couple things to think about is how you're setting your decoys this time of year. As you can see, I like to have a half-strut Jake, not quite mounting, but close to mounting, a standing hen, and a feeding hen. The feeding hen gives relaxation. When he came in from somewhere that I've never had him come in before. I had him cross a creek down below, so I wasn't quite sure this was going to work out, but it did. And as he came up over, he checked that hen first, showed a little relaxation, then came right straight to this Jake and wanted to push him around. So once he got in there, started strutting, he gave me time to come to full draw and put an arrow through him and do what I had to do. You know, so watch how you're setting early seasons like this. This is the second season here in Wisconsin, and it's still the jealousy factor. They're not quite into that complete dominance. I have all my hens. They're getting close, but you know, use this as a jealousy factor right now. And then, you know, look at what you're using. If you're, especially if you're shooting a bow, look what you're shooting for broadheads. Like I said, I had to put another arrow in him, but I'm shooting that 2-inch cut Spitfire Max from NAP. 3-blade. It put a really big hole in him. The exit hole actually came out and broke his back leg, so that's why he couldn't fly as well as he normally could. He could get flight, but he couldn't fly as far as he needed to. That's what helped me in finding this bird. A lot of blood over here. I found that. I found him, you know, not very far away, tangled up in some bushes where he crash landed. That was, you know, enough to get me in there to be able to do what I still had to do and harvest my bird for the year. So my Wisconsin tag is full, and I hope that all these little tips on broadheads, decoy setups, things to do during this early season help you own your season.